Hi children, good morning to all. How are you all? Hope you all are doing good. So came with a new chapter. So in the last class or the last session we completed the chapter. Now we are going to learn about pollution of air and water. In this chapter, we are going to learn about what is pollution, what are pollutants, how the pollution is caused, and how we have to take care to not to get a pollution. So these are the concepts we are going to learn. What is a pollution? The word pollution was derived from the Latin word pollutus, okay, which meaning to make unclean. Pollution means which makes unclean. Pollution is a introduction of contaminants into the natural environment that causes adverse changes. So it enters into the natural environment and it changes the environment. So what is a pollution? It is the word that is derived from the Latin word. Okay, what is the Latin word? Pollutus. What is the meaning of it? It gives the meaning of uncleanliness. Okay, so when these the uncontaminated materials enters into the clean environment, automatically the environment causes the pollution and it leads to the different types of changes in the environment as well as in the human life. Atmospheric pollution causes by the air pollution. Let us see the air pollution. Atmospheric pollution is a introduction of chemicals, particulates, biological materials or the harmful materials into the earth's atmosphere, possibly causing diseases, death to humans, damage to other organisms such as food, crops or to the environment. So when these pollutants are enters, when the air pollution is caused, it causes a biological material, causes by the biological material or the harmful materials into the earth's atmosphere. When we release harmful substances into the earth's atmosphere, it causes, so possibly causes diseases. When pollution causes, what causes? Death, humans, damage to the organisms. So causes of air pollution, if you see, the condition of air are made unclean due to the introduction of foreign elements. Foreign elements means new elements, unwanted elements, unnecessary particulates. When they are mixed into the air, it causes into the pollution. So this can be derived into two forms, that is natural sources and man-made sources. Natural sources means which the sources are available in the nature but which they causes to the leads to the causing of the pollution. Man-made sources, we know very well, factories, industries, hospital waste, lot of substances we used to release or throughout the environment. So all these substances also cause the environmental pollution, children. So not only natural sources, even man-made sources also causes the pollution. So these are some of the causes. Coming to the natural sources, dust from the natural sources, usually large areas of the land with a few or no vegetation. So the land which doesn't have any plants, no vegetation means the land which doesn't grow any plants, it is empty land. So it causes a more amount of a dust. So it causes a air pollution. Methane, which is it is the gas emitted by the digestion of a food by the animals. So when the animals, cows and buffaloes, the cow dung, which consists of more amount of methane, it is also cause a pollution. So here you can see cattle. Okay, example, smoke and carbon monoxide from the wildfires. Wildfires means unexpectedly forest fires will be released, during that cases also. Volcanic activities, when the volcanics evolved also, so which they produce more amount of the sulfur and causes a pollution. Man-made sources, mobile sources, including smoke from the motor vehicles, marine vessels and aircraft. Here mobile sources means not mobile phones. Mobile sources means vehicles, all the vehicles which are movable. Okay, fumes of the point from a paint, hair, spray, varnish, aerosols, sprayers and other solvents waste disposes in the landfills, which generate the methane. When we throw the waste there, when the garbage decomposing, it releases a gas, methane. Sources including the smoke stacks of power plants, etc. So these all are the sources which causes a pollution to the air. So these are the some of the sources which causes the pollution of the air. Aerosols means the chemicals which are non-dissolvable in the air. Now let us see types of atmospheric pollution. Atmospheric pollution is of mainly three types. They are acid rains, greenhouse effect, and ozone depletion. What is an acid rains? The rain which is filled with the pollutants. When the smoke is filled in the environment, mixing along with the smoke, and if the rain falls, that is called as acid rains. Greenhouse effect means the greenhouse is nothing but which consists of a greenery, that is a lands. So when it is affected, that means increasing of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, children. It is important bit. Ozone depletion, decreasing of ozone content in the ozone layer. So when the ozone content is decreased in the ozone layer, directly emission of ultraviolet rays causes a ozone depletion. So they causes different types of cancers. Let us see each and everything. Acid rain is the precipitation that has a pH level less than that of natural rainwater. So natural rainwater has a pH level is a 5.6. So if pH is reduced also, so due to the dissolved carbon dioxide, so in the environment dissolved carbon dioxide mixes with the water, so it causes rains. So it is formed when the sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide combine with the water vapor and precipitates the sulfuric acid or a nitric acid, rain, snow, or a fog. So by adding generally by the vehicles, by the industries, all these gases are eliminated into the environment. When all these gases are eliminated into the environment, automatically the environment mixed with these pollutants and causes acid rains. So these gases forms into the acid and mixed with the air, and they causes. How these acid rains causes? So natural sources. Emission from the volcanics and from the biological processes that occur on the land, in waterland and in the oceans, contributed acid producing gases to the atmosphere. Effects of the acidic deposition have been detected in the glacial ice thousands of years old in a remote parts of the globe. So throughout the whatever the materials which are decomposed in the environment, they will be mixed into the environment. Human sources. The principal causes of acid rains is from human sources. Industrial factories, power generating plants, and vehicles. Sulfur dioxide of nitrogen are releasing this during the fuel burning gases. So when these fuels burn, they release these gases and causes acid rains. Let us see what are the effects of acid rains. Lakes and damaged by acid rain, fish die off. So due to this acid rain, the fishes in the lakes, they will die off, and they remove the main sources of food for birds. So then there will be no food for the birds. Acid rain can kill fish even before they are born, when the eggs are laid and come into the contact with the acid. So when the acid level in a lake is lower, the fishes can become sick, suffering stunned growth, stop growth, or a less growth, and lost the ability to reproduce. So when this acid rain causes, due to this acid, the fishes lost their ability of reproduction. They cannot reproduce the eggs. Birds can die. Many of the birds, by taking such type of water, acid rainic water, they also will die. So eating the toxic fishes, so in the insects. So when these acid rains are fall into the water or the lakes, due to the drinking of this water by the birds, this acid they enters into the bodies of the birds, and the birds also may die. So due to the acids When the vehicles, industries and the human-made waste released it mixed into the water, it causes in the form of acid rain. By these many organisms, they cause their death. So acid rain can be extremely destructive for trees also. So the needles and leaves of trees turn brown and fall off. Trees can also suffer from stunned growth and have a damaged bark and leaves. Stunned growth means very less growth or a stopping of the growth of the plants, and have damaged bark. The outermost layer of the tree bark, that is called as a bark. So the bark becomes as damaged due to the acid rain, and the leaves which makes them vulnerable to the weather. So the vulnerable means which causes a lot of harm to the environment. So diseases and insects, even human beings, they used to cause different kinds of diseases and also different types of insects. All the organisms will cause us effect due to the causing of acid rain, children. So we should reduce the causative condition of the pollution. So acid rains dissolves the stonework and mortars of the buildings. So they decrease. They can cause a pollution, especially those made of sandstones and limestones. It is also accelerate weathering in a metal and stone structures. Materials which are the stones also will be damaged due to the acid rains. Best example, Parthenon in Athens and which is in the Greece, and the Taj Mahal also, due to the releasing of sulfur more amount from the industries. This causes damage to that, and the white color Taj Mahal becomes into a black color which is covered with the smoke. It increases acidity in the soil. It leaches the nutrients from the soil, slowing the plant growth and adversely poisoning the plants. That causes a poison to the plants. So it also causes brain damage, kidney damage, organs will be damaged. The second one is a greenhouse effect. The land which is affected by the heat. When the oxygen content is reduced, automatically temperature will be increased. The greenhouse effect is a process by which thermal radiation from the planetary surface is absorbed by the atmospheric green gases and is re-radiation in all directions. Since part of this re-radiation is back towards the surface energy, and it transfers to the surface and the lower atmosphere. So as a result, the temperature there is a higher than in the would be the direct heating by the solar radiation, where the only warming mechanism. So generally the temperature, the content of oxygen will be reduced, the temperature will increase on the land, so it causes to the greenhouse effect. Now, impact of a greenhouse effect. Transforming of oceans and the atmospheric rising of the sea level. So as automatically sea level increase, polar ice caps are melting. As the polar ice caps are melting, the water enters into the seas and the sea water level will be increased. Flooding of agriculture lowlands. In the lowlands, automatically the water fills and floods will be caused. Extreme climatic changes as sea surfaces temperature increases. So this provides optimum conditions for the storm formation, increasing the frequency and the intensity of a natural distress such as hurricanes. So the temperature and the pressure will be increases, and they leads to the causing of hurricanes. So not only hurricanes, even causing of the tsunamis. As the temperature is increasing, so the oceans will rise their levels, and they result in the hurricanes. Prevention methods of the greenhouse: reduce, reuse, recycle. These are the three methods, 3 R's method. So buying products with minimal packing will help to reduce the waste. By recycling half of your household waste, you can save 2,400 pounds of carbon dioxide annually. So plant a tree. We have to plant a tree. If you have the means to plant a tree, start digging trees, absorbing carbon dioxide and give off oxygen. A single tree will absorb approximately 1 ton of carbon dioxide during its lifetime. So lot of carbon dioxide will be absorbed by the trees. By energy efficient products, home appliances now come in a range of energy efficient, so energy efficient models and compact. So we used to use more, so they provide more natural looking light while using far less energy than standard light bulbs. So what we are doing generally, as the technology is developing, the techniques are increasing, and we are becoming as a modernization of ourselves, and we are pollution. So when we reduce the usage of waste, which the waste we produce, we have to reduce that content. Materials which are able to reuse, we have to reuse. Materials which are able to recycle, we have to make them to recycle. So useless heat and air conditions, adding insulation of your walls, and installing weather striping of chalking around the doors and windows can lower your heating cost more than 25%. So by reducing the amount of energy you need to heat and cool your the homes, so less hot water. Set your water heaters at 120 degrees to save energy, and wrap it in an insulating blanket. So if it is more than 15 years old, by low flow, show to the earth to save hot water and about 350 pounds carbon dioxide yearly we can save. So wash your clothes in the warm or cold water to reduce your use of the hot water and the energy required to produce. So the changes alone can save at least 500 pounds of the carbon dioxide annually in the most household. So when we reduce, using a less heater and air conditions, using of a less hot water conditions, we can save lot of amount of energy. So reducing the content of production of carbon dioxide in the environment. So if you are releasing less amount of carbon dioxide in the environment, less content of pollution we can see. The third one is the ozone layer depletion. So the ozone layer sits in the stratosphere approximately 25 kilometers above the earth. The layer above the earth atmosphere, okay, that is a stratosphere. It is made up of ozone gas that acts like a blanket. It is covered like a blanket to stop too much UV radiation from the sun entering to the atmosphere. So it protects us from the fall of ozone, UV rays, ultraviolet rays. It is very harmful rays. If they fall directly on the earth, they causes different kinds of diseases. The ozone layer prevents the harmful UV radiations entering the earth, which is vital because too much of these UV rays can cause cancer, cataract and DNA damage. Cancer, cataract means which related to the eyes. So as UV radiations hits the ozone layer, the ozone gas absorbs the radiation and turn into the oxygen. So small amounts of ozone are constantly being made by the acidic of sunlight or oxygen. So at the simultaneous time, ozone is being broken down by the natural and unnatural process that lead to the ozone depletion. So it causes a ozone depletion due to the excessive releasing of ozone, increasing of carbon dioxide, ozone decreases. If this process is greater than the production of ozone, the ozone layer becomes thinner and less effective. So ozone depletion occurs when the natural balance between the production and destruction of stratospheric ozone is stripped in the favor of destruction. As of now, there is a huge hole in the ozone layer above the Antarctic region. So nowadays, as the pollution is decreased also, the scientists also are telling that the clearance of ozone is a damage is reducing for the ozone, because nearly 3 months vehicles not ran out in the environment. So carbon monoxide, which causes carbon dioxide, which release more amount of heat and cause radiation and deplete to the ozone layer, is reduced. So automatically ozone depletion reduced. So we have to reduce the releasing amount of carbon dioxide, which means we have to plant more trees and we have to improve the content of oxygen. Now let us see what are the causes of ozone holes. So the causes of the ozone hole is generally agreed to be chlorofluorocarbons. They caused by the chlorofluorocarbon compounds which break down due to the ultraviolet and become free radiation containing chlorine high in the Earth's atmosphere. So this radiation then break down the ozone, enlightening the ozone layer can also be depleted by the free radical catalyst. So including nitroxide NO, nitrous oxide N2O, hydroxide OH, atomic chlorine Cl and atomic bromine. So generally the environment when this the gases will be splitted and they causes a lot of amount of pollution to the environment. Effects of ozone layer depletion. An increase in ultraviolet radiation has been linked to an increase in the skin cancer, so which affects fair skinned individuals who are at the greater risk than dark skinned people, more white people, because due to the ultraviolet radiation. That's why those are in a white color cannot withstand under the sunlight. Scientists have proven that 1% depletion in ozone causes a 5% increase in the causes of skin cancer. If 1% is depleted in the ozone layer, 5% amount of a people they causes the cancer, skin cancer. So the depletion rate has been 6% since 1970. See, it is too much. So that's why many people are suffering with the cancer, and therefore the number of cancer cases has increased rapidly. So ultraviolet radiations has also increases the number of cases of cataracts, which affect the cataracts, which affects the people's vision. Cataract, which is related to your eyes, so it loses the vision for the people. So immunity to diseases has also been affected due to the increase in ultraviolet radiation entering the atmosphere. So the depletion of ozone and increases in UV rays can also lead to the DNA damage, which can be catastrophic. So solutions to the ozone layer depletion. Let us see what are the solutions. So the ozone hole is here to stay for about 50 years before the ozone levels will to return to the normal levels. So any ozone that we could artificially add would most likely to be destroyed and would not help our problem in the long run. So we cannot solve the problems if it is in a long run. Different approaches is destroyed the chlorofluorocarbons when they are in the troposphere, which high powered infrared rays located on the mountains. So another possible plan is to dump about nearly 50,000 tons of the earthen of the propane gas into the Antarctic stratosphere. Each spring that chemicals would transfer active ozone depleting chlorine into the non-ozone depleting hydrochlorides. However, there are no official plans to try to fix the ozone holes in the Antarctic because we don't know enough about the stratosphere mechanism to do so. So by trying this fix the problem, we might make it a worst. So we should take a care, utmost care to protect the ozone layer to reduce the depletion of ozone layer. So these are the different types of air pollution. Now let us see water pollution. In the water pollution, as like air pollution, the water also, if the water causes a pollution, it becomes very difficult for the drinking. Many people are using the water immensely and they are wasting the water. So this causes a lot of damage to the water. So the pollution which is causing, let us see. What is water pollution? The contamination of water bodies is known as water pollution. Contamination means getting into the spoiling of the water. So when any pollutants enters into the water, unwanted materials enters into the water. So water bodies, a water body is any significant accumulation of water on the surface that plants such as oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, streams, ponds, etc. They causes a water pollution. So if any unwanted particle enters into the body, all the water bodies they can get caught to the pollution, they can get to the damaged, and they causes a lot of pollution. So these water is consumed by the humans, animals, plants, what not, the animals which are living in aquatic regions. So all they causes damage to their health. Let us see the sources of water pollution. So point sources water pollution refers to the pollution that refers to the contamination that enter the water from the single identifiable sources such as pipes or the ditches. So examples of sources in this category includes discharging from the sewage treatment plant factories. Sewages means drainages. Plant factories means that is industries. Whatever we used to want to throw, everything, the waste, household waste, we used to throw outside in the water bodies, in the drainages. So the water becomes very polluted. Even the industries, they used to release the waste substances into the water bodies. Whatever the waste comes from the industry, they also causes a lot of amount of water pollution. So we shouldn't throw them into the water. So non-point sources of pollution, the widely spread sources of pollution that can't be tied to a specific point of origin is called as a non-point sources of pollution. So examples, runoff from the farmer fields, treated or construction sites. So this is non-pointed. Where they will reach us, we don't know. They reach us and they causes a pollution. So we cannot point out. So they travel through the drainages or the industrial lakes, industry routes, industrial drainages, and they will enter into that. So runoff from the farmer fields, when they add fertilizers to the farmlands, it travels to, when the rains are falls, these fertilizers dissolves in the water, and these water streams will be mixed into the water bodies. So, and also construction areas, even construction areas also, the water they used to release. Next, chemical water pollution. Industrial and agricultural work involves the use of many different chemicals can run off into the water pollute. So industries, they used to release lot of amount of chemicals, different varieties of chemicals. So all these chemicals they used to release into the environment, so into the natural sewages. When they release to the water bodies like rivers or into the oceans also, these chemicals will enter into the animals which organisms they are living in the water. When these pollutants are enters into their water bodies, the organisms, the aquatic organisms which are in the water, they used to suffer a lot, and these chemicals contaminated their body. So as due to the contamination of their body, these organisms may cause different types of diseases to their bodies. So it is also so harmful. Let us see causes of water pollution. Sewage and wastewater, drainage water and wastewater. Marine dumpings. Marine dumpings means many of the people they used to throw all the waste into the marines. Marines means oceans and seas. So they release all the waste into the marine water. When they release all the marine water becomes as a wastewater. Industrial waste, so which is the waste coming out of the industries. Oil pollution. Yes, oil pollution. If oil is leaked into the water, the oil forms as in the layer. So it deplete the water content and it reduces the oxygen demand. So when the oxygen content is reduced, the organisms which are living in the water, the oxygen may not be sufficient. Underground storage leakage. So when the water is stored in the underground levels also, when the leakages takes place, the water becomes contaminated. Atmospheric depletion. So these all are the some of the causes. Let us see sewage and water and wastewater. So here you can see sewage water. So sewage and water, wastewater. So domestic household industries and the agricultural practices produce wastewater and can causes a pollution of many lakes and the rivers. Agricultural water. So when they add pesticides or the fertilizers to the land, the agricultural lands, it will be released. When the rains are fall, these pollutants mixed into the water, they may release into the freshwater bodies and causes a pollution. And also household waste, even we too ourselves also, all the waste we used to throw out in the drainages, automatically the drainages becomes a polluted, automatically all the waste will be enters into the freshwater bodies, the drainage water enter into the freshwater bodies. Next, marine dumpings. Rubbish water we make each day, such as a paper waste, food waste, plastic, rubber, metallic and aluminium waste. In some countries they are deposited into the seas. These waste type takes some time to decompose. So many of the people, they used to throw the waste. What are the waste? Rubbish, the paper waste, and they used to throw in the oceans and the seas. Food waste, plastic, rubber. So all these materials, they used to take some time to decompose. So during this period of a time, if they are not decomposed, so ultimately the water becomes polluted. So when it is contaminated, the contamination will drunken by the animals which living in the water. So industrial waste. Industry is a huge source of the water pollution. It produces pollutants that are extremely harmful to people and environment. So for example, acid rains, as we discussed previously about the acid rains. So the industrial waste, the smoke, when it is enters into the environment, it mixed with the environment and it releases the acid rains. So the what is an acid? The different types of gases mixed with the environment in the air. This air mixed to the rain. So this is called as acidic rain. When this acidic rain is fall on the land, due to these acid rains also, many of the people cause damage to their health. Not only people, even animals, even aquatic animals. When this rains falls, the fishes, all the animals couldn't able to survive in a better manner. So this industrial waste causes a lot of acid rains and causes a pollution. Next one is oil pollution. Oceans are polluted by the oil on the daily basis from the oil spills, routine shipping, run off and dumping. See, many ships will run on the water bodies. So when they are, if any oil leakage takes place, in olden days complete transportation takes place, export import done by the ships, no. So even oils are taking transported, when they are transported in the through the water bodies, through the way of waterways, this oil leakage takes place in the water. The oil deposited in the water, even when the ships and boats, they dumped into the water, dipped into the water, sunken into the water, at that times also the oils which is in the engines will be mixed with the water. So automatically the water becomes completely polluted. Underground storage leakage. Liquid producing petroleum are stored in the materials, steels, tubes, underground levels. So other sewage systems run in the underground tubes over time. So they rust and they begin to leak. If it is happened, they contaminated the soil and the liquid, then end up in the many nearby water bodies. So generally we can see here a lot of pipes, water pipes are there. When they are rusted, they will be broken and they will be sunk in the water. Due to the rust will be mixed into the water. So automatically the water becomes polluted. So liquid petroleum, when these oil pipes are underground, no, they'll dipped into the undergrounds. So due course of long time, they'll damage and they'll get a leakage. Okay, at their areas also the water becomes as a pollutant. Atmospheric deposition. Atmospheric deposition in the pollution of water causes by the air pollution, for example acid rain or smog. So this atmospheric causes deposition is a pollution. What is atmospheric deposition? It is a pollution of water caused by the air pollution, for example acid rain and the smog. What is a smog? Smoke and a fog. The smoke which is released from the industries, it will be remains or the mixed with the smoke is mixed with the fog. That is called as a smog. So what is a fog, children? Daily in the morning we used to see in a winter season, no? That is the smog. So it completely pollute the environment, completely pollute the atmosphere and causes a lot of damage to the atmosphere. So eutrophication. What is eutrophication? Eutrophication, in which the environment becomes enriched with the nutrients. This can be a problem in a marine habitat such as lakes, and it can causes algal blooms. So what are algal blooms? What are eutrophication? When the farmer apply the fertilizers to the farmlands, when the rains are fall, these fertilizers will released into the water bodies. When this, why we used to give fertilizers to the farmlands? To get a well growth of the plants. So these fertilizers enter into the water body. The top layer of the water body completely fills with the plants. So when the top layer of water fills with the plants, what happen? Automatically no temperature, no air will be passed over to the organisms which are in a deeper layers. Automatically they got a suffocated, oxygen demand will be reduced, organisms will be suffocated and they will die. So this condition is called as eutrophication. So effects of water pollution: human health, destruction of ecosystem, human wealth will be destructed. Destruction of environment, ecosystem means environment will be affected. Death of aquatic and terrestrial animals, animals which are living in the water, on the land, they will be die. And disruption of food chains also will be disturbed. Disruption means disturbed. So human body will be disturbed, animals in the water they will get disturbed, and the animals, terrestrial means animals which live on the land, the animals which lives on the land, they will be disturbed. And also food chain. What is a food chain? It is a interconnection or interlink between the plants and animals for the sake of food. All the animals, they used to depend on the plants for the purpose of food, no? So the interdependence between the plants and animals for the sake of food is called as a food chain. So this food chain also will be disturbed due to this water pollution. First, let us see human health. People can get diseases such as hepatitis by eating seafood that has been poisoned. In many poor nations, there is always outbreak of diseases as a result of poor drinking water from the contaminated water, for example cholera, diarrhea, malaria, dysentery, etc. So we don't know, no, many people are interested to have a seafood, so we doesn't know well whether the fishes are healthy or not. When we eat that pollution causing fish food or seafood, they causes different damages to the body. So they causes different types. Cholera means loose motions, diarrhea. Cholera means motions and vomitings. Diarrhea means loose motions. Malaria and dysentery. Dysentery also a type of a motion which are related to the digestive system. So the digestive tract becomes disturbed. Next, destruction of ecosystem. Ecosystem is a interaction of living things in a place depending on each other for a life. It can be severely changed or destroyed by the water pollution. Many areas are being affected by the Searle's human pollution. Careless human pollution. As we are dumping all the waste into the water bodies, automatically environment becoming disturbed. Generally, we know that if you throw the plastic papers in the water bodies, they are non-decomposed. These plastic papers are eaten by the fishes which are living in the water. When they enter into the digestive tract, they doesn't decompose. So due to not decomposition, the organisms will die. Completely the water becomes as a pollution. If many fishes are die in the water bodies, automatically water becomes as a pollution. Death of aquatic and terrestrial animals. So the main problem causes by the water pollution is kill life and depends on these water bodies. Dead fishes, crabs, birds, and many other animals often wind up or the beaches killed by the pollutant in their habitats. The animals which those who are living in the water, all these animals they will affect. If one water body is depleted or disturbed, all the animals which are living in that particular water bodies, they will consume their water as their water. So when they consume this, automatically their bodies get damaged and depleted, and these organisms has to face a difficulty of the different kinds of diseases, even though they lost their lives also due to this pollution, children. Next, disruption of the food chain. Pollution disruptions the food chain. Pollutants such as lead, cadmium, these are the toxic. Toxic means poison, are eaten by tiny animals. Later the animals are consumed by the fishes and shellfishes, and the food chain continues to be disrupted at all the levels. So if you take our food chain in the water, so these pollutants, the lead, the industry releases a chlorine, lead, cadmium, this all into the water body. So what does it happen? This is eaten by the small fishes. The plants also absorb this water. So when these are eaten by the plants will be eaten by the fishes will be eaten by the man. So the pollutions are transforming from the plants to the insects to the fishes to the big fishes to the humans. So in this manner the food chain becomes as a disturb, even on the land, terrestrial region. For example, so here you can see the food chain, no? So the grass, or if the grass is eaten by the goat, this grass consists of a pollution. That means fertilizers is not dissolved. Non-dissolved fertilizers enters into the stomach of the goat. This goat is eaten by the lion. So the lion is caused by the pollution. Another way also we can take. The goat is eaten by the man. Man can die. In this manner the food chain will be disturbed. So ways to prevent water pollution. First one is conservation. Conservation means storing. Conserve water, turning off the taps when running water is not necessary. This helps process which shortage and reduce the amount of contaminated water and needs treatment. So it reduces the contamination. So we have to store the water, and we have to reduce the condition of contamination water, and we have to turn off the taps. We cannot waste the water. Very soon after we completed the work with the water, we have to turn off the taps, and we should always take care of that. No leakages in the tap water. If the leakages are there, due to the leakage, lot of amount of water will be wasted, and water scarcity may causes. So first one is we have to save the water, and we have to conserve the protective water, fresh water or a good water. Do not be litter bug. Litter bug means a waste. The person who throw the waste, that is called as a litter bug. Litter means dust. Be careful about what you draw down your sink or a toilets. Don't throw the paints, oils, other forms of a litter down to the drains. So paints doesn't degrade it, no? Oils doesn't degrade it. So we shouldn't waste. Even whatever we are throwing in the water, latrines, these also should be taken care of that, because the every waste has a place to we have to throw. So even the government also providing us green bins and red bins. Green bins are ready for are meant for the green waste. Red bins are a non-biodegradable waste. Biodegradable means which can be reduced, which can be degraded. Okay, non-biodegradable means which are not can be degraded. So refinery overusing pesticides and the fertilizers. Take a great care not to over pesticides and the fertilizers. This will prevent the they will trap nearby the water bodies, and they causes a pollution. So as I previously discussed that, no, so if you give more fertilization, these fertilizers or insecticides and the pesticides, they will these all are chemicals, no? These chemicals drowns into the water. When they drowns into the water ultimately becomes as a pollution. When this water became into a pollution, automatically this polluted water will be consumed by the organisms. As I say, no, in the previously, as I said, pollution, disruption in the food chain, automatically every organism will carry out as their food the pollutants, so they also causes the pollution, children. Next one is keep our surroundings neat and clean. We have to keep, don't throw the litter into the rivers, lakes or the oceans. Help cleaning up any littery places seen on beaches or in a rivers and lakes. Make sources is safe to collect this litter and put in a nearby dustbins. Wherever we used to find the dust or the waste or the litter means the dust, waste, we used to collect it and we have to throw them in the dustbin. We, the person, should not be a person that who make a litter. We should follow always the Swachh Bharat, no? So wherever we used to find, what we used to do, we eat the chocolates, we throw the wrappers there itself. We used to eat lace or something you will eat, the packets you will throw there itself. We don't have the habit to throw them in the dustbins. So first we should maintain or habituate to throw all the waste in the dustbins. That is one of the good thing. The best thing is save water, save life. If you try to save the water, not to pollute, if you don't cause the water pollution, we are saving the life. Not only aquatic animals, we are saving ourselves also. If you drink polluted water, already we saw different types, cholera, dysentery, malaria, all the diseases caused by the polluted water. So best thing is to save the water. If you save, we can protect. So water pollution, sources of water pollution, types of water pollution, causes of water pollution, effects of water pollution, prevention, and main solution is protection of the water, save water. These is our main sources we have to prevent. How to prevent the water pollution, children? So we should not make a pollution. So how the water getting into polluted, and different types of water pollutions, these all we discussed already. Effects of water pollution, if the water is causes polluted, what are the effects will be caused, and what the preventive measures we have to take, and what are the solutions to prevent the water pollution. And as we are the being of a human beings, as we have a good knowledge and awareness, what are the precautions we have to take to prevent the water pollution and air pollution also, not only water pollution. So these are all the measures we should take. These are all completed, no? Types of water pollution: surface water pollution, oxygen depletion, groundwater pollution, nutrient pollution, microbiological pollution, suspended matter, chemical water pollution. So sources of water pollution. What are the sources to cause the water pollution? Oxygen depletion, how the water is oxygen content is reducing. Depletion means reducing in the water bodies. Groundwater pollution, how the groundwater getting into a polluted. Nutrients pollution, how the nutrients becoming nutrition food becoming as a polluted. Microbiological, how the microorganisms, through the microorganisms water is getting to be polluted. Suspended matter, the matter which is suspended around us or in the environment causing a pollution. And chemical water pollution, what are the chemicals that are causing to the water pollution. These are the some of the concepts that causes a water pollution. Surface water pollution, surface water are the natural water sources of the earth. They are found on the exterior of the earth crust and includes oceans, rivers, lakes. These water can become polluted in the number of ways. Surface water means the top layer of the water of the oceans, the seas and the lakes. Generally, whatever the waste we used to throw on surfaces near the water bodies, first the pollution will be catch up by the surface water only. Even all the people take out the water from the surface layers. So the surface water becomes polluted. Oceans, in the oceans, in the rivers, in the lakes, the seas becomes polluted. How they become? Surface water are the natural water resources. Yes, it is a natural water resource. We used to take as our natural resource. Only surface water we used to take as a drinking water. So they are found on the exterior on the earth. It is a surface to the earth body. How the oxygen depletion, reduction of oxygen, how is taking place? Microorganisms that live in a water feed on the biodegradable substances. When too much biodegradable material is added to the water, the number of microorganisms increases and use up the availability of oxygen. This is called as oxygen depletion. Generally, when we used to throw the lot of waste in the water bodies, this water biodegradable waste which is can be decomposed. So due to throwing of the biodegradable waste in the water bodies, lot of microorganisms will be developed. So they causes a biodegraded. They degraded due to the increasing of number of microorganisms in the water bodies. They use the oxygen for their survival. So automatically the amount of oxygen will be reduced and the organisms which are in the water bodies will be reduce the oxygen. So oxygen depletion will be takes place. Groundwater pollution. A lot of earth's water found underground in a soil or under the rocks. Structures called as aquifers. Humans often use aquifers as means of obtaining drinking water and build wells to access it. When this water becomes polluted, it is known as a groundwater pollution. So a lot of earth's water found undergrounds in the soil or under rock structures. So where the water bodies are found, water is found, that area is called as aquifers. So what used to do, human often used to aquifers as a means of obtaining drinking water. They dig the wells, so they dig the bore wells to bring the water from the aquifers. Yes, and even when they construct the houses also, from the bodies only they used to bring the water and build the wells to access the water. So when it is digging, automatically the soil become polluted and water also become pollution. Nutrient pollution. Some wastewater, fertilizers and sewage contain high levels of nutrients. So if they end up in the water bodies, they encourage algae and weed growing in the water. So this will make the water undrinkable. When the, as I said, that algal bloom means growth of algae on the top layers of the water. We used to find the water bodies are filled with a green algae. Why? Because means when the nutrients are reaching from the agricultural lands, when the nutrients are reaching to the water bodies, automatically the land fills with the water fills with the nutrients, and the lot of growth of algae we used to find. So excessive growth of algae on the top layers of the water body is called as algal bloom. Due to this algal bloom, no temperature, no oxygen pass to the organism. Due to the suffocation, they will be die. Next, microbiological water pollution is usually natural forms of the water pollution caused by the microorganisms such as bacteria, virus and protozoans. When the accumulation of microorganisms, protozoa, bacteria, when they are rich in the water bodies, automatically the causes of a pollution of the water by the microorganisms. So these are all the main concepts of causing of water pollution and air pollution. So due to these causes of water pollution, we should, as a well-being of a human beings, we should be care of that. We should take a responsibility to conserve the water, to conserve the environment, and to prevent air pollution and water pollution. So it is our complete responsibility to have. Okay, children. So pollution may causes at any cost, at any time, at any way. Okay. Now suspended matter. Some pollutants do not easily dissolve in the water. This kind of materials is called as particulate matter. Some suspended pollutants later settle under the water body. This can harm and even kill aquatic organisms that live in the bottom of the water bodies. So some materials which cannot be dissolved in the water bodies, they will be as a suspendable matters. So this pollutant easily dissolve in the water. This kind of materials is called as a particulate matter. So some suspended pollutants later settle under the water bodies. They'll settle under the water bodies. So as non-biodegradable, they causes a bottom pollution to the bottom organisms which are living in the water bodies. Automatically, organisms which are living in the underground water regions, they'll cause different types of the diseases. So we should completely be aware of that, and we should take care of water pollution should not get, because water is used in many disciplinary ways. So from the morning to the night, throughout the day, we used to have work with the water. So we should take care of the water. So by this we complete this chapter, pollution of air and water, children. So hope you understood well. Let us have a small activity, children. The activity is, as a human, as a responsible person, what are the precautions you will take to control air pollution and water pollution? What are the measures you will take to control the water pollution and air pollution? This is the activity. Try to do the activity, children, and try to make it innovative manner as a person, responsible person. Okay, see you soon in the next session, children.